dealers to put ticks, now DSTs. And from there, I went to the biggest multifamily group, Marcus and Millichap. So I cut my teeth at M&M before I
Pardon.
broke off.
When you say tick,
Yeah,
do you mean tenant in common?
yep,
Okay,
yep.
okay. Go on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I
Just
know
making
you
sure.
would know. That's why. Sorry, I
Yeah.
spit out the term.
Yeah, yeah.
So from there, learned from Marcus, and I started syndicating what I learned from Bob. So when I was at Marcus, just kind of sitting there, I started acquiring at M&M because you and I know M&M beat up their clients. They're a great pool to buy multifamily on market, off market, as long as you act as a principal. So there was a time I was building my portfolio up, and
Wow.
I wish the recession didn't hit me. The Great Recession, I had 300 units under my belt, and then boom, gone.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh, that hurt.
the 2009 hit me. I learned from my mentors, kind of doing a seller carry. So I sold half my portfolio, did a seller carry,
Wow.
interest only, below interest rates, just to hold it. So if the market turned, which I thought it was going to turn,
Hmm.
I would have got my property back. For my second trustee. It went so bad, as you know, it went like 50% loan to value. I got these capital calls from the bank, and I'm like,
Yeah.
can't do it. Take it. You got
Uh,
it. Yeah. So 2009 was bad. I still had my first company, and this is where in Beverly Hills, I had some connections because we had 7 billionaire families in our group, the
wow.
Doheny family. Yeah. One of my close friends still, and he'll show up, Chris, if you want to come to Beverly Hills again. Human Mabubi, their family owns half of Beverly Hills. So we kind of put all this together, started BRC Advisors, which really got my start into running commercial brokerage company. Then later on, after the Great Recession, I started a franchise company with Rand Sperry, who started Sperry Van Ness, and then went to EXP to run theirs. And now with Renaissance, we brought the band back together. So you'll see 30 commercial past presidents, trade presidents, private equity presidents, all working together. And Hillary, I think that's what you'll like, scaling your business,
Hmm.
turning it into a fund, going, public or whatever. This is what all of us are doing as a group, but we're having fun. So everyone
Yeah.
doesn't need to do the day job. Everyone loves to kind of network, travel, do more in life and everything. But we give it, play it forward, give back to the younger generation, the kids, family connection. So everyone now is doing what they enjoy doing together. And this is where Renaissance came in, where my mentors, a lot of people in there, they're in the 70s to 90s, and they're just still in the game. But what they
I
do
see.
is they just open their connections, relationship, and wants using all of us to make a difference. So that's kind of the
Wow. Well,
Renaissance. And
yeah.
RealNext just bought us. So that's going to be the another announcement. RealNext, that was owned by Jeff Finn, who owned NAI Global, but also Mark Kingston, who used to own Argus, and his group bought into us, and we're all kind of, with friends,
Hmm.
scaling something bigger. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we're doing is helping friends, making a difference, having fun, and
Yeah. And is Renaissance part of EXP, or is it like your no, it's a completely separate
it,
thing.
it, it, it's agnostic of brokerage.
Okay.
Uh, we do have an EXP component, which we utilize the advantages of EXP,
Okay.
but many of us here are, have our own portfolios. But what we are big, or you may like, or you're probably in already,
Hmm.
is technology. So a lot of us buy and run technology companies using AI, scaling it.
Hmm.
And one of the ones I'm in, we're doing a $45 million Series A raise this quarter or second quarter, but we won three major contracts for site locations for the large home builders. So we hope, some of these technologies or early investment into tech funds is something cool. So we're doing a lot of that. And within the group, we're sharing investment deals, fun things, we're all serial entrepreneur kind of things.
Right, right. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, yeah, it's all about connections. That's like the ongoing theme of my life. Especially meeting Chris is like, okay, the more people
Yes,
you know. Um, no, that's wonderful. And you're in our upline, is that right? Okay, am
yes,
I understanding that right?
yes.
Okay.
I am
Very cool.
his level four maybe, because directly above me is Chris,
Okay.
directly above him is Eric, then Keith, and then Jim.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they, Hillary, all came with me when I left Sperry because I told Rand this is the new model. Rand recently sold Sperry Commercial to Jay Oshansky, who owned NAI Global. But
Mm,
because we're agnostic and we have the tech, Hillary, we're plugging into everyone. But this is where we use the tech for you
yeah.
to plug in and scale whatever you want to do. So all of us kind of working together, figuring out what we can do. And Chris with us, that's why we all help each other. So I'm helping him expand CCC up the West Coast. And Chris, I was going to ask you to
Mm.
be one of our advisors. So everyone runs and controls different organizations or companies, and we just kind of give each other a better deal, a wholesale deal,
Yeah.
so
Right.
everyone can do better.
I love it. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah, I think Chris talked me up a little bit too much, so I'll just say, um, I only know what I know. Like I feel like I just know the right people in real estate, and my most of my journey has been as a person who works for a paycheck. Like that, I work at a school, like an elementary school, a public elementary school, right? And this is my 25th year teaching, and the mindset at among my coworkers is so completely different than anything that's in this Zoom world that I have. I have this like Zoom connection world with other people that don't live anywhere near me. Um, and it is crazy. Like my head is like it's hard to live in both worlds, but I've been doing that for maybe 5 years now. So my first real estate purchase was 2021. So not that long ago, right? And
Yeah.
that came from knowing almost nothing and just reading a bunch of books.
Mhm.
Read a whole bunch of like books have led me a lot of places actually. Changed my worldview, changed my just changed a lot of my mind. And it kind of changed my mind to like understand becoming an entrepreneur. I'm not sure that I was like born to be an entrepreneur necessarily, but I think I can be. You know what I mean? Like I'm
I
like,
think you are. I
why
think you
not?
are.
I
Honestly, Hillary, I think you
I go,
are.
why
I
not?
think you're
Yeah.
downplaying yourself now.
Well, I'll just say this: I'm willing to try, um, and I'm willing to make the connections that it takes to do that. Um, so yeah, and I'm still like I'm still like I was just I was just on the phone with one of my syndication buddies. We have a deal. We have two deals in Florida where we're doing some construction, um, and I'm talking to this investor who's a big ticket investor, has a really successful business, and um, he was just reminding me, like my partner was reminding me. He's like, Hillary, remember, these guys don't have access to our deal except for through you. You're in control. You're in
Yes.
complete control of this relationship. I was like, thank you for reminding me that. So sometimes I just need to be reminded that. But I have met the best people, and like I think that's where I've gotten ahead so far. Is I joined a mastermind that was teaching me how to do larger multifamily real estate. My husband and I had just bought some smaller like multis in 2021, and they went well. And I thought, why not go big, right? Well, the books tell me that this is even about there's more opportunity out there if I meet the right people. So I joined a mastermind, and then quickly realized that it's not handed to you on a silver platter. You have to go meet the people, and it's a relationship business, obviously. So I found that because I'm still teaching, and again, this is Chris said, I'm retiring in June.
Yes.
um, but because I have my day job, and it was just so hard for me to like go to the properties and can't answer the phone during the school day and all of that, that I raise capital like that's kind of my ticket into these bigger deals. So I completely changed my focus from underwriting and reaching out to brokers and all of that to raising capital and forming those relationships. Like it's just a whole different, it's just forming more relationships in a different way, and kind of marketing yourself and marketing your team and leveraging people that have gone before me and done a lot more than I've done. And then I get to partner with them and bring people in. And so I've done that, up now we have 2,000 doors, and or I have 2,000 doors with all kinds of other people.
Yeah.
And it's going really well. And now like I'm very excited about this opportunity. I can't say no to Chris, basically. It's Chris.
I know.
And so and Chris was like, he kind of was handing it to me on a silver platter. He's like, I already have these groups. So all you have to do is reach out to them. So we're still in the process of figuring, we keep fine tuning what we're doing to see what works.
I just so you know, Jim, I have her set up with Jay Kinder as her co-CEO.
Okay.
So she's in Jay Kinder's world with all his, because Jay's got a team. He pays $100,000 a month. Each one does something different. He's got an amazing offer that he's offering these agents. So he's trying to get it fine tuned so that Hillary can use my groups to build a massive downline. And so that's the progression where we're at. But not to cut her off, but I want her to also know about something else. Through this journey, she's reaching out and talking to brokers, agents, developers all over the country. So like we were talking to developers, I guess, last week in Florida, developing subdivisions and stuff like that. One of the people that she came across, his name's Matthew, and he was actually with Grant Cardone last week, at one of his groups. Yeah. But this is a unique guy, and he's got a unique backstory. But him and Hillary were talking about something, and somehow this Matthew guy had been able to talk to some of the heads of some of these large real estate companies, but
including EXP.
He doesn't really know him. But I was telling Hillary that what they were talking about doing, if that's something that wanted to come to attrition, that you would be the one to be able to say, yes, a brokerage would be interested in doing something like this. And maybe if they weren't, maybe Renaissance Group would have interest in it. So Hillary, as you're talking, if you can just kind of describe to Jim what you were thinking about doing, and he'll know if they have a place in Renaissance Group or with a broker, or he'll shoot straight and say, hey, I don't think it'll work at all. But I want him to have that opportunity to hear you.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to mention it. I wasn't sure if that was going to, be something you were going to mention, but yeah, I've been thinking about this Matthew guy. I met him in our investor mastermind. He is a serial entrepreneur. He's very entrepreneurial minded. He's a little bit hard to pin down, we'll say. Hard to pin down, where he's always on the move. Every time we talk to him, he's walking or he's in the car looking like this. So that's the kind of guy that he is. So just to set the scene a little bit, but very smart and really concerned about educating agents, not just bringing them into his brokerage. He has a brokerage himself too, as one of his many businesses. He really wants to educate agents to be able to invest themselves eventually, and to know how to create long-term wealth rather than just this transactional wealth, right? So he said he's talked to several brokerages about doing that and kind of having something in place. So it almost sounds like he wants it to be something official that comes from the top. And that's the part where we're not really sure that is the best way to do it, to make it some kind of EXP, rollout where everyone has this opportunity. It sounds like EXP lets everyone do their own thing if they want to, like they can start their own company, they can start their own agent education and, curriculum and whatever. I was wondering like what would be the best way to go about that. He was concerned just this recent communication we had, Chris, where he said, it sounds like there's no plan in place. And I thought, what plan does he want? Because I would like to work with him. I would like to bring him in, first of all. Love to bring him in. Would love to do this dream that he has because it works for me. Like, that's something that I would enjoy doing. But I'm trying to make it something that fits with what he wants to do and what he wants to accomplish.
It's just to make sure I understand what Jim does. So it's essentially, I think real estate agents, they can invest some of their money into either a fund or something, or somehow learn, have the options of both, so they can learn how to invest, but also have the option to invest in it as well with a percentage of what they get on commissions. Is that the idea, Hillary?
It's to give them options. I took notes from the last call that we had. I was recording it, and I wrote down everything he said because I was like, oh, I kind of missed it on the call. He said, for example, he's like, let's put 15% of this commission check into a real estate fund that's buying deals. And so that's one idea. Another one is give agents options on how they serve their clients. Number one, I could help you sell your house. Number two, I could lend you money. Number three, I could buy 50% of your house. Number four, I could rent it out for you and manage it. So those are the kind of things that he's wanting to educate agents on. Some of that is even like, I didn't even know agents could do that until he mentioned it. So yeah, just to give you an idea of like where his head's at.
So I'll tell you this, Hillary, a lot of people do this. They need to plug into a larger system. They have something, whether they own or they use third party for property management, education, broker dealers, all of this. We've heard all of it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of things that they need is the distribution, right? They don't have it, right?
Yeah.
And they need like an EXP. I know with Glenn, he won't deal with startups. And, with Elena and Grant Cardone, we met him before when I was president. We would hang out with Grant and Elena, especially since she's part of EXP. She would always call me to help her get the commercial clients to join.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is what value does Matthew bring? Because a lot of this, to be honest, we have this all, and we have it from the C-suite, at the top, and we just kind of put it together with our friends. So we can get a margin, a wholesale, so we can pay everyone. So even Chris, Hillary, we're going to work with Jason Guessing. Jason was the first attorney, and I would say one of the first agents with Glenn Sanford at EXP. So Jason and I are working together to create this multi-rev share on commercial services, which is non-RESPA. So unless Matthew can bring all this, when he hears about us, because we work with New York private equity family offices, all that.
Yeah.
We work with some of the largest property management. And my friend just moved over from running NAR commercial to IREM, Institute of Real Estate Management. This is how we're all talking, but you're plugged into our system now.
Yes.
So using Renaissance, it's like, you can't fake it to us. You got to really show the real game.
Right.
Because we've been around and we can pick up a phone and call Elena or Grant. I have their cell phone too.
Yeah.
I won't use it, but a lot of these people we all run across, and my mentors who's on the Renaissance group. I mean, Jerry Anderson owned from Sperry Venice all of Florida, and he made about 25 to 30% of their gross. He was doing like $100 million plus in Florida. And let's see, what's his name? You met Todd Billings. Todd is running it and controlling $6 billion in Florida for affordable housing because of the 80-unit rule, right, that you can get tax credits. One of his Wall Street guys is there. So, Hillary, I'm just saying, if Matthew, if he wants to talk to us, that's fine.
Sure.
There's ways to plug in, but the game we'll play is bigger, but we don't turn away anyone else. So if you still want to work with Matthew, whatever we could come meeting of minds to really support you, happy to do it. But we'd have to see how big, what does he have? Because even with me, I control RESAS. I was an early investor. What's his name? Randy Miles is our chairman. He brought EXP public. He's with us at RESAS. RESAS has 800,000 people in our platform. So we're more than half of NAR right now on RESAS. So SAAS, I run the commercial, but I have invested. So a lot of us, we run tech, we run all these different things. We can plug in anything. It's just, who do we want to plug in? Who do we want to work with? What do you bring to us that we'd have to work with? Because most of the people, we just pick up a phone and we can go to execs or C-suite or somebody.
I understand. And also, am I hearing you say he could potentially even have a fund? But if he has a fund, it would be his fund and not EXP's fund. Would that be right?
Well,
or
yes. And I would say we would help you create a fund. So Todd Billings, who used to run funds, has a 1.3 billion under management. We teach people how to put together PPMs, run your own fund so you could do market. I mean, all of that, from lawyers to everything. I mean, you're pretty much at the point you roll in assets, turn it into your own fund, and you could do it. For you, because you're part of the team, we would just help you kind of distribute, work an agreement. We have broker dealers. I mean, it's just all of that. So Matthew, we would just have to And if you send me his website, and I think I met him before, because if he's
Oh,
part of the
really?
Grant Cardone and their group, I
Ah,
met with their type of staff team, grants groups that they look for multifamily deals.
mhm.
So I may have met
You
him
might have,
before.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can send you his website. That's interesting. I was gonna say, I think maybe our next step is like getting on a call with you. And
Just so you know, Jim. I mean, obviously, he has like a brokerage. I don't even remember how many agents. Was it like 100 or
it
something?
used to be 130, he said, and then now it's down to like 80 or
Okay,
68 or
but we,
something.
we would like to bring him over under her downline too. So just if you end up having a call with them, that way you understand, that we we'd like him to join us as well.
So thank you. Well, so I won't be as direct and brutally honest. It's massaging, but it is massaging where we're making something off you because of the rev share line. We're willing
Yeah.
to horse trade with you a little, right? And it's just
Right.
seeing and reaching out. And God, I. But anyway, when you send me who this is,
Yeah.
I'll know probably who he is. Is he a Florida broker
He's
of record?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Dallas,
I think he's in
Houston.
Austin. Austin. Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss and send it to me. But yeah, the whole goal is alignment, trying to get him to bring his team over with you, Hillary and Chris, kind of with your group and data and just showing how powerful and strategic and you get so much more. I always
Yeah.
love you bring your small shop over and you get a little bit less, but you
Right.
get a lot more with everything else.
Right. Yeah, he said all these brokerages always say, "Hey, yeah, bring your team over and then we'll figure it out." He's like, "No. I don't want to, I'm not going to bring over and start recruiting and all of that and then figure it out and it turns out we can't do my plan." So, I think we're wanting to like give him confidence that this can work if you're a fit, I guess. I'm excited about the reason I got excited about it is not just because okay he has all these people underneath him and rev share, but because of the mastermind where I've met most of the people I've ever worked with and so many other people too that are doing lots of deals but also have their license. A lot of them have their license from either their former life as a
Yes.
realtor or they're using it to buy properties. A lot of those people I think would be amazing recruiters. And I think it would speak to them if we were educating agents to invest because they can help. That's their world is like educating people to invest, and going from the agent world to the investor world like that. That's just I imagine if we started doing this that I could bring even more people over from that world.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited about it. I'd like to keep pursuing it until it dies. So
Yeah, we're here to obviously help you on that. It's just what would they want, and I like to be straightforward, honest about what it is. But the good thing with Renaissance, he could still be part of our ecosystem. And he says, Hillary's Chris, this aligns. I feel trust. I like everything.
yeah,
Let's just bring my brokerage. I make more money with you guys on the investment front and plugging into the system rather than the brokerage and using the EXP. And the EXP for us, it's really a broker of record. It's publicly traded. Check a box, check a box. Yes, you don't have your own license, so you can kind of do whatever you want. But the liability is on EXP rather than yourself. So
right.
yeah, we were all broker owners. And like I said, my first company, we did 20 billion in sales in
Wow.
Southern California. Yeah, we did a lot. I took a quarter of Marcus and Millichap's, maybe 20% overall from all their offices to join my first company.
Wow.
So we were hitting some big numbers and the connections and relationships. That's where I really hit the map running commercial real estate companies.
Yeah. Again, so connections.
Those connections.
Yeah. Excellent. No, that's great.
But Hillary,
Um,
there's a lot we can do, and we can even. I think you're there already. I think you just need that extra confidence and see how we can help you scale your fund to grow it into a big fund and let you focus and concentrate on just, running the organization, being CEO, president, running and just managing all of it. And
Yeah.
deal flow. Tomorrow, actually, Chris, you should share with Hillary. We have our first deal exchange. This is going to be run by RealNext. RealNext has over 3,000 commercial agents because they're one of the largest tech platforms for commercial real estate. So if you didn't build your own proprietary, with Excel, RealNext and Build Out has those proprietary technology, packaging and analysis. So all the underwriting. And Hillary, yeah, we're creating our own capital markets group from the top of the capital stack, from the GP all the way to the debt. So you can earn fees on that. Yeah. So all of that stuff we're putting into the Renaissance group.
Wow, that's so interesting. Yeah, I think I've just been like, because I only learned how to do this a few years ago, and I've done it one way, which is I've partnered with teams that found the deal. They have the broker relationships, they have the seller relationships, they put everything into place, they got the debt in place, and it's during that process that they start talking to me. It's during that process. So I'm not even in it from the very beginning. I'm unless I've worked with them before, right? But then they go, hey, we would love to have you, work with us and bring capital. So I haven't been on that side of it so much, or needed to have the debt relationships and needed to, I have too many deals and not enough capital problem. That's where I'm at. Like I have plenty of deals coming at me where people say, would you like to raise for us? Would you like to work with us again? Hey, work with us again. And I'm like, I don't have that much capital. I can raise $1 million for you, but I can't raise 2 millions at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at right now.
But this is good for you because if you could raise it for yourself and just stack the leverage so you don't take too much risk. Honestly, capital raising the equity is the magic. To be honest, it is the magic just for the risk. And if you don't want too much, you just do 50% LTV anyway. And we'll teach you all of this. I already know you're ready. You could do a deal, 2 or 3 million, however you put it together, put some partners in the first deal, do a $5 to $10 million deal, easy, that you control. And all of us has done multiple, this whole group, we can help you, right? To get there and build your funds, and many within this group love to get back and help. So I already can see you're there. You did the hard part. That's the equity raise, selling people to give you money. The rest is mechanical. You can outsource that.
Love it. Hey, that's great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the support.
I already can see. I've been around enough with enough attorney. I'm like, I can already tell everyone. I'm like, yeah, you got it.
Not to jump the conversation around, but I know we're limited on time. Hillary's lived in other countries as well. So where were you in South? Where
South
were you?
Korea.
South Korea.
South Korea.
And,
I visited a lot of countries that I haven't lived in. I lived in Sweden for a time, like a summer. That's the only places I've lived in besides the United States. I've visited many, many countries.
How long in South Korea, Hillary?
1 year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exchange program of something?
I was teaching English. I took a year of unpaid leave from my job here, and we taught English. It was the best. So cool.
Well, EXP is open in Korea, and we're through Steve Atherton, who used to run NAI Global for Jeff Finn, Asia Pac. He also ran Collier's Capital Markets.
Okay.
We're going to expand Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and some other Asian countries. Yeah, so all of us could travel, could build relationships. Yeah, so Hillary, you're going to love it.
I'm into that. Where else? Where else are we going? All over the world.
Thailand's our friends. Singapore, India. I mean, literally, when you join this group of ours, we're partnering also with Global Chamber with Doug Brunke. Doug has over 100,000 people, import, export, supply chain people, economic development. So like Chris Mayer, we're putting all these friends, relationships, so there's trust.
Yeah.
And we just say, everyone gets paid. Or some people get paid sometimes. We don't. Whoever needs the money or needs whatever first, we're all friends. We're going to help each other anyway.
Right.
So anyway, this is kind of the way we're working, is a trusted group of high level, and we just make magic happen.
I get very excited when we talk about like going into other countries and, talking to people and having it be something that helps them. Right. And to grow the company that's really exciting.
It's a fun group. We make money, we have fun, and we like to travel.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well,
And you're
so
almost done. You have time.
exactly. I'm gonna like, oh, my schedule's gonna open up. You have no idea. I work 8 hours a day, right? Um, I was telling Chris, or I think you were on the call, Chris, last week. I was like, I fit in somehow 12 calls after school, after school, like the school day. And then we fit in all these, like I fit in maybe 2 or 3 calls after that. And I get home and it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. And then I make dinner and then we go to a concert because my kids are in all kinds of sporting events and concerts. And I'm just like, whew, I'm not going to have to do all of that, come June. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have some actual time during the day to do some of these calls and stuff. So I'm very excited for it.
This is perfect to ramp you up, right? To from now to June.
Yeah,
exactly.
And also, Hillary learning, about the Renaissance Group, because she's got a lot of connections in her mastermind with these different companies and stuff. So, once she gets plugged in there, I'm sure she can tell her friends and stuff. And the more she learns about the Renaissance Group, the more she can tell her friends in her work, so they can check it out and join.
Yeah, and Hillary, we flow through you. We give you credit, like Chris. We give him credit in the Renaissance Group because as we create another multi-level marketing in a way, Renaissance, you're with Chris. Chris is the person that brought you to introduce you to Renaissance. Anyone else that comes in, and what it is because we have different services from, let's say, site location to construction development to materials. There's always some margin that we figure out. Maybe it's big, maybe it's small, depending on service. And we make sure you get a piece of that margin before we pay it to really the procuring cost. So because of Chris, you kind of come in and I'm trying to talk with Jason Gessing, who is our CEO a long time ago of EXP, to use his tech so we can track. And I'm just looking 3 layer levels rather than too many because it's just, I don't want to get crazy. So I'm looking at his tech, but Hillary, that's where you can pay not just EXP doing your own thing, but by just introducing, you just make something. It's just extra money.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the opportunities are endless, aren't they?
It's a good group.
Yeah, my mind right now is just like I just need to recruit some people. Like I need to like go recruit some people. That's why I came over here. So we're still working on that, and just trying to dial that in. But I think what's really exciting is like recruiting my partners, not just people that are going to sell houses, right? Like but people that are going to work with me and like just be investor partners. Recruiting partners, doing this agent education partners, like all of that, like it's very exciting. So yeah.
Now your one partner, Hillary, didn't you say the person in your mastermind, she has a big brokerage or something?
Yes. She's my very good friend. I met her through this mastermind, the investor mastermind, where she came from the world of being a realtor. She's a realtor. I think it's all residential. And she owns a brokerage. She owns it with 2 other people. It's Keller Williams. They have like 650 people under them in their brokerage. And she's wanting to get more into the investor world. So who do I introduce her to? That is the question. Like who's the first person I should introduce her to? Should it be you, Jim?
Well, I'll tell you this too, what we're doing for residential companies. So you're going to see us announce 5, about, I would say around 10,000 agents right now. We will not poach for EXP. That's the rule of engagement. But Renaissance will add education for commercial. We will add the tech. We will add services. And Hillary, you get credit for that. So let's say one day they do come or eventually they move it all. We just want rules of engagement. We're basically within KW adding commercial. So there's all these companies and larger companies. I mean, one of them, they wanted to hire me to run their commercial. And I'm like, I don't want a corporate job anymore. Hillary, you understand that? We don't want that. Told what to do. I would rather plug in all our systems and services. And here's the rules of engagement. We don't poach. We don't take your agent, but we added all our services to make money. Here's what it looks like. And now you could add to the 600 because they're probably not going to leave KW, but they all want to run commercial. And after Buddy, and they were going to try to hire me to run their commercial a long time ago because my friend Rick Cunningham ran the entire California, Hawaii before he went bankrupt with all that stuff.
Wow.
So we can just say, hey, look, we're already doing this with some commercial or residential companies.
Mm-hmm.
You want to increase your margins? We'll show you how to increase it by adding commercial without spending all this money, hiring all these people. We will
I see.
put it into place, and we're just not going to poach any of your agents.
Wow.
That's the baby starting.
Okay. Okay.
So that could be, if I understand, that could be a two-prong approach. So first,
Yeah.
we could try to recruit them, like through Jay, to try to get them. But at the same time, could she introduce her friend that owns that brokerage to you to try to get them to come into the Renaissance group to
Yes.
commercial?
Because they're two different things. One,
Yeah.
they're here and they all want to add commercial, or they're resi-commercial. They don't have the tools. They don't have the tech. They don't have anything. But what they do want is to add more deals, add more volume, add more business.
Yeah.
Because I control RESAS. RESAS is probably the largest closed community referral. So we put that into their KW system as an extra. Now they can refer business within their own KW ownerships, their OPs, and everything else. They can control it all. If they can't refer commercial, they can refer to the Renaissance and everyone else. So we built that for all of these franchise owners, independents, larger international brokerages that mostly do residential, to use our Renaissance brand, because I already know no one as big as us, because of all of us are all friends with each other.
Mm-hmm.
All the CIM, SIOR, CRE, FIOPSI, everything is part of our group because everyone's been
Wow.
friends for decades.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's good. And in her case, she mentioned that she's trying to step away. She's like selling pieces of her brokerage, to the other partners, right?
Yep.
So I'm just like, okay, catching her where she is right now. She's trying to do a little bit less of that and more of the investor side, like more of finding properties and syndicating them and all of that. And she wants more control. And she has been raising capital. She's a beast at raising capital, by the way. Her very first deal, she raised $2.5 million just from friends.
This is extra because you could tell her, because she's your friend, with Chris and then you and then her. Our extra, if she uses services, we just pay her. So it's actually building her a cash flow from us until she determines what she wants to do. And a lot of her friends, at KW or House right now, they're trying to unload or move around their franchises because of just like Compass acquisition now is approved. All these things that are working.
Mm-hmm.
This is an extra that doesn't inhibit or stop you for anything you're doing. So she'll like it. And many of us, so I used to be still, I was ARIA's national president also. So for the Asian Real Estate Association, but still like in Florida with TK and everyone else in Miami, we were all on the RPR board. So the Realtor Property Resources. So a lot of us, everyone is all so interconnected. Our word will give people credibility because we just won't do that. You know what I mean? Because it's just not cool. Don't go behind people's back and do stuff. But however we can make everyone feel comfortable, we're already doing this. So there's a softball approach to engage people.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Cause she's a skeptic. She's like, don't pitch me on something. She's a Dana Flanagan. Like, I'm powerful. Don't pitch me. So I want to go in with a way that adds value to her and what she's already trying to accomplish. That's perfect actually. So
say, would you like to add commercial real estate to your pipeline? And because KW got rid of commercial, they're like, yeah, what does that look like? Who doesn't want to add extra to their margins? And in NAR stats, 1/3 are considered resi-commercial. 1/3 of realtors will do some sort of commercial. Yep, that's the stats from NAR. So if you look at that, why miss doing leasing, doing this, but also the liability? We want to show you how to protect yourself. So if you are doing commercial, which KW allows within certain parameters, now you can do it and we'll show you.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's great.
So now you're giving something, adding something. And they always want to add, I want to be a global company and I want to add commercial real estate. They want to add these extra margins and businesses.
Yeah. So now, Chris, I'm just thinking like, who am I introducing her to first? That's the only thing. Is like, is it Jim? And I think it's Jim.
So with Jim,
both. We can do both.
I mean, Jim would never be like somebody for like a one-off agent. I mean, it would be like, because his time's so valuable. But somebody like that, so we don't want to take too much of his time,
I understand.
so.
Yeah, yes, for sure.
But for that person with that brokerage, would you be okay
Yeah,
if,
no, I would need. I'm just curious because I get around. Once he showed me the name, I'm like, okay, this is the angle. I met this person because if they're anywhere involved in NAR, ARIA, any trade group, any real estate,
Her
FIABC,
name is Shannon Aronson. She's in New Jersey.
Oh, this is the New Jersey, not the Austin one.
Yeah, this is different. That was Matthew. That was Matthew in Austin. So Shannon, yeah, she has a bigger brokerage and she's in New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, probably I met through ARIA because everyone who has bigger companies, they're always in ARIA and the multicultural groups and other groups. So it would be a good introduction because there's a good chance.
Yeah.
Everyone runs across each other anyway.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, but yeah, maybe she would already recognize you, which could be a good thing. Okay, Chris, what else did you want to?
Those were like the main points. I just wanted to establish the relationship, so you knew who everybody was and what they were doing, and I wanted Hillary to understand about Renaissance Group, so she knew how she could plug that in, and like her friend with that brokerage, so that way she knew you, she could connect you, or Matthew with what he's trying to set up. I think Matthew also mentioned he had a property management company, didn't he? Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I think those two might be an interesting conversation for Jim. So,
yeah, I would only introduce like the higher level people to you, Jim. People that have, people that have brokerages, they have over 100 people under them or whatever, and I think they could do huge things at EXP. I think they could probably make a dent, right? But also they might not be as influenced by what we're showing to everyone else.
Right.
The deal, we can get you more deals, which speaks to a lot of people, speaks to like 95% of the people that we're talking to. We can find you more deals, but yeah, these are special cases. So the Renaissance Group, just real quick, who's invited to this? So let's say you're an independent agent or something. Like, how do you get an invite?
Friday we let anyone there, so if you mark it, just let anyone go. You just watch, listen. Friday is open to everyone, listen, learn.
I see.
Once you get deeper, there's different, like in AI specialty, there's a multi-family specialty. Tomorrow's the deal exchange, Chris. So if you can share the deal exchange. So we have all these different groups, but the Friday's the learn about Renaissance, plug into Renaissance, register for Renaissance free until you want to be a member. Then you can start going into the different verticals, the different committees. Some things like the masterminds and stuff, maybe extra money, but it's the first gateway from, I just need to get started. I don't have much of a budget I'm playing now like you, Hillary. I want to put a PPM together. I want to do this. So all of our resources, won't be that much, can point you in the right direction. We also, help people put their own podcasts together, their own books, writing material, helping people kind of do the roadshow to market themselves. As you build a fund, stacking your advisors or board of directors or anchor capital. So within this group, you just share what your ideas, your business plan. Everyone kind of helps you, and then it's up to you about how you want to structure the deal. That's it.
That's great.
There is a lot.
So I could potentially invite them to just listen in on a call, on a Friday or something like that, and then meet you maybe, and like you can meet the guy who's like leading this. Do you host the meetings?
I usually do, but I'm trying to get a little more out of it so I can start doing some other projects.
Yeah.
So that's why the merger with RealNext, they're going to allow us to use their back office, more infrastructures, and I'm just putting more partnerships, relationships, and traveling, so I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico. We may be developing a grant to help the hurricane victims still haven't been repaired. I will go to Houston now, and I'm going to announce on Friday with an AI committee and a launch. And there's just so many. And then Hillary, globally, we will start traveling to Bangkok, Thailand for the global portal. It's like the international MLS, but Simon Baker, billion-dollar fund manager, he's invested in all these portals around the world. Some of his people are part of our different tech companies. So everyone kind of intertwines. And a portion of this, Hillary, will show you how you can invest, how you can tokenize, how you can crowdfund, how can you broker dealer. how do you get the right attorneys at a I would say at a wholesale or fractional of the price, getting fractional C-suite people, having an advisor, so you can really raise the 20, 50, 100 million. I mean, sky's the limit of whatever you want to
Wow.
do.
Wow.
And finding deals and deal flow. Many people are brokers, off-market deals, distressed deals.
Yeah.
They just to act as a principal. Who cares if they're a great deal? Take the commission, small potato.
Right, right. Wow. Okay. I can see the opportunity is huge. So this is very exciting.
Well, for you, because you've done a lot of the work, you're just right there to take off. So I can
Yeah.
already tell.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
where you're at because you do the hard work. The other logistics and platform, we can help you do that. You just
Wow.
equity raises is the hardest.
Mm.
Seriously, Hillary, if you could do that,
Mm-hmm.
you should start putting your own deals together, and all of us can give you the confidence of doing it. And we have a lot of people in Florida and surrounding that are right there that will help you.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I love this. That's great. So yeah, thank you. I mean, it is amazing to meet you. What do you do?
Man,
What do you
that's
do
the
in your spare time? What do you do for fun?
Yeah, I just take care of my daughter. You know, if there was a chance, my ex let me have the freedom. She says, "You just give me more money for our daughter." I'm like, nah. You know what? I want to be a good dad. I want to be there because my feeling is
Mm.
if I do that, I may screw up my daughter because the first man they love and care about is the father, and I don't want to be. Oh yeah, dad just gives money. He's never around.
Right.
No.
No.
So I sacrifice career building and finances to I'm good enough
Yeah.
to be there for my little girl.
That's important for her. How old is she?
8 years old, the fun
Oh.
age.
Oh, that's the best. That's great.
I know what happens in 12 and 13 when the hormones change. All my kids, friends, so I started late. Their kids are all in college or graduating. They're like, wait into the teen years. Terrible.
Not in my case. So I have two teenage kids, a 16 and a 14-year-old, a girl and a boy, and they're best friends, and they're the sweetest. And I don't know. I think it's just
We're good?
yeah. Everything's great. So I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect.
Yeah,
But
knock on
but
wood.
we
That's
never
good.
got the attitudes. Like we never got those attitudes, that I was expecting. Like, is it coming? Or is she hormonal? But no, sweet, sweet, sweet kids.
Yeah, so that was the change because I'm doing 50-50 that on the off weeks. If it matches,
Mm.
then I go. If it's not, I just have to virtual or deny the trip.
Wow.
But that was a choice I made.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just want to be a part of her life.
It's good to have that priority, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
Jim, where were you saying that you just went?
Oh, I went to the Arctic Circle, saw the Aurora bucket list.
From which country?
Oh, so it was Alaska. I was
Oh.
going to go to Iceland. I may go to Iceland. I heard it's great in March. So I may go to Iceland or Sweden
Sweden.
because it's
I
all
went.
Arctic Circle up there.
Yes.
So I have friends there. So I was like, okay, maybe I should visit Iceland. I do Sweden and Finland and that area, Scandinavia.
Wow.
I do. So I was like, where should I go next?
Yeah.
But it was good, but negative 30 to 40 degrees. So I landed in Fairbanks,
Ooh.
went all the way up. It was like crazy. I went into the Chena hot springs, and it's so
Wow.
cold that your hair, once it's wet, it freezes. So you can stick it
Oh
up.
my goodness. Wow.
It is crazy. 30 to 40 degrees negative. It's crazy.
Never did that.
That's
That's cool.
wild. That is wild. Yeah, I watch YouTube. I got into like the YouTube vortex, right, of watching these videos of Yakutsk. Yakutsk, like, it's like
Yeah.
the coldest city on earth, the coldest inhabited city on earth. And it's like negative 70 degrees, and they're going to school in that. They're like, these kids are like all wrapped up, and they walk to the bus.
I don't even know how they move. I'm like, how do you move with all this fur on fur and clothes
Yeah,
and layers?
they're like, if the bus doesn't come on time, we have to hurry into a building or we're gonna get frostbite. Woo, yeah. But yeah, I've
I
been to
watched
the
the
Arctic.
same video, Hillary. With
Did you?
The,
That's funny.
the way they cook everything, I'm like, are you nuts?
Yeah.
Why would you want to live there?
Yeah, yeah. It makes you think like, okay, I guess I'll never complain about the cold again. But I mean, also.
I mean, it's so cold, you don't know you're cold until you're like dead or something.
Right, I know, exactly. Exactly. I went to the Arctic Circle in Sweden because I was in Luleå, which is like up north, and we were only, I don't know, like 30 to 40 minutes from the Arctic Circle. So we took a drive. And what's so crazy, it was like less than an hour to get there. But by the time we got there, it was much colder and windier. They said this is just the closer you get to the North Pole, like suddenly the weather just changes suddenly. So, yeah, it was, I just remember windy, and it was in the middle of the summer. And it was,
It's crazy,
it was,
right?
I was like in a different world. I was like, what is this? This is
And the
apparently
crazy, the midnight sun. Once it's summer, you're like, what? It's just like sunshine all the time.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it was. Yeah. 3 a.m, the sun is still shining. Yeah. I was all messed up.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't experienced that yet, so.
Oh, you gotta. Have you ever seen a complete solar eclipse?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, I saw one in Houston, the last one that flew through Houston. Yeah,
yeah.
Or actually Austin. Sorry, Austin.
Okay.
One of our friends
I was in
Austin.
Cleveland for that. I was in Cleveland, so it went like down, from northeast to southwest. That was, I got to do it again. You got to do it. You have to see that at once in your life at least, Chris. You got to check it out.
Yeah, see, Chris, we got to give you our bucket list, and you just got to check it off while we're doing all this work stuff. Have some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I agree. So
every now and then.
I just wanted to put you guys together so you knew who you were and knew what everybody was doing, and then I'll give Hillary your calendar so that she can check those two. And
then the deal exchange, Chris, for Hillary tomorrow.
Yeah,
gives her a good idea of what's going on, and then our Friday
the Renaissance
meeting that you can invite, and especially who you think, but also set up the meetings that from Jersey or in
Texas,
in Austin, and then we could kind of put pieces, knowing that you want to recruit, so we could do these softballs of, hey, we'll help you with commercial, and however and whenever you want to, and sometimes they just ease their franchises without doing it, but just be careful when they own a franchise, and if you're talking to Jay, how you talk to them without tortious interference because of their franchise agreement.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to teach everyone when I was corporate, don't do that, otherwise we get in a lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, it must happen a lot though. Like I hear stories about people bringing their teams over. Are those teams from brokerages, or are those just like?
So if you take teams is okay, but if you take the whole brokerage, that's not okay.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? Because the franchise is the whole company, right? But there are teams within the franchise that you can take. Yeah. Obviously, the franchise owner hates that.
Of course.
But if you take the entire organization, that's usually like when KW, Remax, Berkshire, all of them, Compass, they sue you, especially if it's EXP. So you kind of have to do easy rules of engagement or have them sign documents, because a lot of times they will reach out to you inquiring what you're doing, say, you know what, I can't really talk to you about this. Yeah. But if you sign this, I can go into more that you wanted me to talk about. It wasn't for me going to you to try to solicit you.
Gotcha. Yeah. Because they'd have to come over individually anyway, right? Like each agent would have to make that decision. No, or no?
You can, but sometimes with the leadership,
they say, we're going over here.
Entire company. Yeah, they get, sometimes we've seen 300 people at EXP come over at once.
Oh,
and
that's
as you can say, if you didn't cross the T, dot the I's, you got lawsuits.
I think Jay brought over 1,000-person team.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So he'll know, to keep out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. Man, time's up, but we'll jump off. But Jim, thank you. And I'll be back in touch soon. I talked to Dana, so she was curious how things are going. So I said after the.
Yeah, I just had to do all the merger traveling, but yeah, with Dana, we'll get that up and running too.
All right.
With Dana, and also with what's her name?
Marie.
The other Dana. There's two Danas I need to talk to.
Okay. Yeah, Dana Flanagan. And we also
both Danas we need to talk to.
We also got to talk to Maureen again and Lindsay with Spartan. So
lots of meetings, Chris.
I'll be back in touch, but it's good seeing you guys. Thanks.
Great to meet you.
Happy New Year.
See
bye-bye.
Okay, bye.